She got blood, just not in the bag, on the floor, on my pants, on my paper. And so I was like, what the heck did, like, what happened? Took me to get my kindergarten shots when I was little. Yeah, my mom. Not yours. She took me to get my kindergarten shots, and I wasn't scared. Like, I was like super excited. I was like, oh yay, I get to go to the hospital and get shots. I was a weird little kid though. 7th grade shots, that was a different experience because I went and the lady stuck it in my arm, and instantly, as soon as she stuck it in my arm, I lifted my arm up like that, and I just held it there. And she's like, put your arm down, put your arm down. I was like, ah, why does it hurt? And she's like, girl, put your arm down. And so she like shoved my arm down. And then she told me after, and she's like, the needle almost got stuck in your arm. Like, you almost broke the needle. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you flexed your muscle when you lifted up your arm, and the needle was gonna get stuck in there. And then even after that experience, like, I don't know if I'm like crazy or weird or something, but I'm still not that scared of needles now. Maybe that'll change. Maybe that changed after this experience that I'm about to tell you right now. All right, this story begins at the school blood drive, okay? I don't want to scare anyone or have them not trust them. This is just a story of something that just happened to me. First year that I donated blood, it was fine. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this next year. Like, this is great. I'm gonna do this next year. I'm gonna be ready. And so next year comes around, okay? And I'm getting ready to give blood. I'm super hyped because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be saving lives today. I'm gonna be saving lives, buddy. And so again, I ate the best breakfast. I drank a bunch of water the night before. I was ready, okay? And so I keep doing this. Like, you know, anyway, I keep doing it. Anyway, okay. This is let me tell. Anyway. The year before I went later in the day, so there was a whole lot more people there, and so it was super busy. The nurses were running around, and I missed 3 periods just waiting in line for me to go and get my blood drawn. Okay, but I had a fun time like talking to people, but it wasn't fun sitting there and getting nervous. Like, I'm a person who, I'm not nervous like days before or weeks before. I'm nervous like right when it's happening. And so like the hours of waiting before I went, I was getting so nervous. My hands were getting all sweaty. I was like, oh no, I can't do this. And the only thing that scared me the first time I gave blood was I walked in and there was people that were like throwing up and fainting. Like, I saw this guy from one of my classes and he fainted and they were like reeling him away, and I was like, oh, that better not be me. Then I did it and it was a great experience, okay? So the next year comes around and I was like, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. And so I scheduled in the morning, and that was a good move. So I went in the morning and there was barely anyone in there. There was way more nurses than students. And so I just breezed right through. I was like, okay, passed all the tests again. So this nurse comes up and she looks at my arms and she's like, dang, those are great veins. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but I got some pretty big veins. Like, all right, this is gonna go smooth again, because the lady was like, this is gonna be an easy job. I could see those veins easy. So she starts getting ready, and I'm not scared of needles or anything, so I was feeling fine. And she gets my arm ready and she puts it in, okay? And like, I'm not one of those people who likes to watch it, so I was kind of like looking away and just looking around and stuff. And then I started feeling like the needle moving around in my vein. I was like, what the heck? That's the weirdest feeling ever. And then all of a sudden, like I felt it pull, and I looked over and the blood like shot out of my arm, and blood was dripping down my arm onto the floor, and I was like, what the heck? Like, now when I'm thinking about it, I'm like freaking out. But that day I seriously was so tired. I went like, looked over, and I was not fazed at all. I was just like, oh, is that supposed to happen? Like, I remember asking her, is that supposed to happen? And she's like, I kind of pulled out the needle too far, so it caused like an air pocket. Because what she did was she pulled it out far and then she tried to stick it back in. She tried to stick it back in. I know, way to go, lady, way to go. So I was just sitting there, I was like, okay, whatever. And I wasn't even freaking out at all. Like, now that I think about it later, I was like, what the heck? But while it was happening, I was just like, oh, okay. That's normal. She's like, I'm so sorry, you can't be giving blood today. So she started wrapping me up and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna come, have my blood shoot out, have it be leaking on the floor and just be sent away and not be able to donate anything. She's like, I guess I could either send you back to your class or I could stick you in the other arm. And I was like, yeah, stick me in the other arm. Like, I want to give blood. That's what I'm here for. I'm not going to walk away without donating anything. And so I was like, yeah, go ahead. And so she starts getting ready. In my mind, I was thinking, I was like, there's no way this lady's about to make the same mistake twice. So I completely trusted her. That was a mistake. That was straight up the biggest mistake, okay? And at this point, I went in the morning. It was not busy at all. Like, there was way more nurses. And so I should have been like, hey, can someone else do this? Because this lady doesn't know what she's doing. I didn't know if it was her first day on the job or what, but I just sat there and I just let her do her thing. And so she started getting ready again. And then she asked another nurse, she's like, can you come over here? And I was sitting there and I was like, okay. And the other nurse walks over and she's like, oh, it's right there. And the lady was like, okay, I can do it now. And I was like, what the heck? This lady can't even find my vein? Like, what? And so again, she sticks me in my arm, and what happens? The same thing happened. Okay, she didn't move it around this time. This time she stuck it in and like pulled it out too far again, and blood started dripping down my arm again. How the heck did she make the same mistake twice? Like, it had to be her first day on the job or something. And so she started wrapping me up and I just sat there and both my arms were like this and I was like, are you kidding me? This lady seriously stabbed me 3 times. She poked me twice in this one because she pulled it out and then stuck it back in a different spot. And so I was sitting there with 3 little pokes in my arm and just like, wow, all that, and I didn't even get to give blood today. So seriously, after that, I went through the rest of my day and everyone was asking me why both of my arms were wrapped, and I was like, well, let me tell you, that lady didn't know what she was doing. And I told my teacher later, my medical interventions teacher, which he did something in the medical field before he started teaching. And so I was talking to him about it after, and I was like, this lady, like, she stuck me twice in this arm, once in this one, never got any blood. She kept moving the needle around in my arm, like, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, yeah, she got blood, just not in the bag, on the floor, on my pants, on my paper. And so I was like, what the heck what happened? And he's like, yeah, that lady completely, she didn't know what she was doing. I was like, it had to be her first day or something, and I was the idiot where I went in the morning. There was way more nurses. I should have saw after the first time she messed up, I should have said, give me a different nurse. Come on, get her over here. Get this lady out because she doesn't even know what she's doing. I should have gotten someone else to help me, but no. I just sat there and just let her do her thing. I would have had my teacher do it instead. It sounded like he knew more of what to do than she did. And so seriously, days after, I had giant bruises on my arms and my arms were super sore from that lady just completely wrecking me. I'm gonna get that for bloopers. Style. Play it again. This looks so funny on the camera.
Last year.
Yeah, which is last year, but I don't want to confuse you guys. Okay, my second year donating blood, I was like, I don't want to make that mistake again, and so I made sure to schedule. Hello? Are you gonna come in or no?
Back in.
I don't know. It's a real knee slapper. You can see my blood shot out and went, and then it my knees in the video like the whole time.
You
too.
can answer like so many sticking.
That's too high. This is so weird. Just bruises on my elbows, on the inside of my elbows, and my armpits. No, armpits are this. Yeah, the my elbow pit. That's what I meant to say. My long skinny thumbs. Way that she can make the same mistake.
There is no toe. You have a missing toe.
I'm trying to talk here.
Sorry.
Okay, I was editing and I just realized that this could probably scare people from donating their blood, and that's not why I wanted to make this video at all. Like, I just wanted to tell a funny story of what happened to me. But definitely, I strongly encourage people to donate your blood, because you could save lives, and it's a very important thing to do. So definitely do that. I mean, if you feel sketched out by the nurse that's helping you, definitely ask another nurse. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe, because I'm gonna have more videos coming later of embarrassing stories, more embarrassing stories of things that happened to me.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It could be hate comments, it's okay, I take all of it. Thanks for the views. Okay.